a first place who will get to write their name on that big old check to help send them to Anaheim for the World Cup.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. And, to go even further, if you are fed up with just regular standard Overwatch, Monkey Bubble will be showing you a lot more cool things. We have Widow 1v1s. We have Torbjorn 1v1s. We have Trampoline Reinhardt, all the cool things. So these teams have agreed to make this a really fun month in the next, in the next coming weeks, to show us all kinds of things that these pro players can do, in terms of workshop formats and things like that. And we will be streaming and commenting just about all of it. So if you are into, some crazy Overwatch made by pro players, and I know most of you are, that is something to absolutely keep an eye on. And we will announce, of course, the running times of those on Twitter and, if I'm correct, also on the Monkey Bubble website. So that is all the household things that I have to say for right now. No, not entirely. What about the interviews? We're going to have interviews. What can you tell us about that, Commander?
So yeah, after each of the games, we're going to get the winner of whoever won the game on for a quick, short interview, asking about how their preparation's gone, how they're finding it working with the team, and just generally how they felt the game went, and what they're looking forward to, and their plan to get their spot in the World Cup.
Oh yeah, that will be absolutely cool. To see what's in the mind of these people. Right after a match when the adrenaline is still pumping. So that is something I'm looking forward to. That being said, we have just loaded into Illios, the beautiful Greek place that looks quite rusty. Once again, in terms of the map, we have an open center, lots of little alleyways, so a lot of time to play around for flankers. How would you go about doing this, Commander?
So it's a pretty open map, so there's a couple of options. You either just rush to the point with, say, a Reaper mate, and you look to just take fights from there as your stronghold, or you can also use Pharaoh Widow, which is something we've seen a lot of teams do, and then you just make it super hard for the other team to move anywhere across the map. So those are your two main options, but both really involve either the Orisa and the D.Va or the Orisa and Sigma.
Yeah. Okay. So let's look at what we are working with here. It looks like Team Israel are going for a double here, double tank in there with that Sigma and that Orisa. Sigma, of course, is very interesting because you can block those little chokes up while the Orisa does what Orisa does best. So take a corner of the point and jump in there. But how do you play around this double tank combo?
Yeah, it's all about setting up your DPS mainly, and we can see the Symmetra being run from Switzerland, definitely expecting the mirror matchup here, so that Symmetra's going to be crucial, but an early kill onto Niv might just upset that.
Absolutely, Awkward just finds the target right there. Jaden also in trouble, going low, being able to carry on the point, and Elf is going down. Switzerland now in trouble. Both tanks are down, and this should be a first point capture there for Israel, who are taking the real estate without much of a trouble right now.
From Israel, we really saw the sort of staple of what's been meta in the current scrim environment. The Orisa, the Sigma, the Reaper, the Mei, the Moira, the Lucio. It's fast, it's close, it's double shield, it's hard to dislodge, and it's great in fighting on point. We saw a Reinhardt and a Symmetra come out from Switzerland, and they're really good against that kind of thing. See, Reinhardt can swing through it, Symmetra gets supercharged from it. They lose their Moira early, and that's a real problem with this fight. So they should stand a much better chance in this fight. Interesting though, the D.Va instead of Sigma.
Oh yeah, that is right. But you have these big rocks that you can lob. You have the absorb ability that gives you a lot of staying power. So a Sigma is one of the greatest things that you can do, and that is exactly what Israel is banking on right now. Even though they're on a bit of trouble right now, Switzerland is coming in there. Awkward is able to get Jaden down there with a very nice ultimate. Greatly done. Knassen is helping out there by getting Mr. Bubba away from the point, and the point is still in the hands of Israel.
Really nice ult from Knassen, and you just see the benefit of winning that first fight and being slightly ahead in ult charge. 3 players on Team Switzerland at 95% or more just don't have their ults in time to bail them out of that situation. Now Israel encroaching on 70%. They've got the Blizzard, which is absolutely devastating in this matchup. And they've got the supercharger, so it's going to be a really hard engage here. They might just have to try and teleport onto the point just to try and close the distance.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, that coalescence just now was so, well played out there. And look at that. There's a Death Blossom coming in for a life, taking down Jaden. He had to pull back. There was a Blizzard just coming out. And now the counter Blizzard coming from Sir Gibbons as Team Israel has to pull back. No one back there on point. And this looks like a positional advantage for Team Switzerland, who are just coming in there and are trying to take it over just a second before the overtime wick is running. Overtime now running in. Awkward with a second coalescence, and it looks as if Israel are giving Switzerland a run for their money, and that is a lot of run right there. Finally, Awkward going down, and the overtime wick running out there, and Israel is showing us a very dominant first round.
Absolutely. Great from them. Another big ult from Knassen. One of the slowest charging ults in the game. Also can be quite easy to escape from, especially with the heroes we see in this meta. Not a lot of heroes can escape Sigma's ult, but all the ones in this meta pretty much have an ability one way you'll be able to get out of it. But either way, I think Israel played a much faster game. They played exactly their game. It looked like Sir Gibson had a great May ult, right? It looked like he turned it. He caught Israel slightly too aggressive. Knassen finishes it again with that ult. Now we'll see what their approach is. It looks like Switzerland again want to stick to the D.Va, but this time the more traditional Reaper coming into it. So we might be in for a bit of a closer matchup here.
Yeah, it is an almost mirror matchup. The only difference right now is the Sigma versus the D.Va there. But like I said earlier, Phalanx on D.Va is very impressive once you look at that. The map is more open, so we'll see whether or not the Sigma, who is very prone to being flanked, can just out sustain the damage that is coming in there from Team Switzerland. And we are off to the first point.
All about the Reapers on this one. Who can set up the flank? Who can set up the angle? We see an early wall from Aviv, but they don't really find any damage. Jaden just playing with him, but it's Alive who actually gets the first kill straight over health. Huge advantage for Israel, Ollie.
Yeah, that's right. Alive taking on the second one as Jaden goes down. Mr. Boba goes down by fall of Awkward. And once again, it looks as if Israel takes the early advantage right there. Even though Knazen goes down, Israel have been taking over the real estate and now are setting up for an aggressive defense very far forward.
So we saw Jaden play very much with Team Switzerland, who found themselves boxed in that corner there, and I think that really limits his options. We didn't get a clear view of it, but I'm pretty sure Alive came in from a more, like a wider right flank. Nat pulled resources in a different way, and at that point, Switzerland have a choice. Deal with the Reaper, deal with the front. It causes chaos, and that's where Reaper thrives. Walking in again now, Sir Gibson pretty close to that Maid Lizard though.
Yeah, it is, and Knazen is very close to that graphitic flux. So a lot of AoE ultimates in there as Alive finds Mr. Bobo. Switzerland one support down. Nif on the coalescence gets a Vive down there. So there will be no May versus May fight. And Awkward with the coalescence now takes down Nif, is able to get some help from his team. And it is Switzerland who are down for the count yet again and have to reset as Phalanx jumps down to not get staggered about.
Again, a good start from Switzerland. They catch Aviv out of position, wall him off, focus him down for coalescence, all looking good. And then, again, Knassen with that big ult for Gravitic Flux, I believe it's called. Might have to, we're going to better get used to saying that one because it seems like we're going to see a lot of Sigma. And so far, it's working out better for Israel here. In control of a point, Aviv nearly out of Blizzard. Switzerland, probably one more shot here, Ollie.
Yeah, but Gibson right there, who has the May ultimate right there. The Blizzard is ready, but looking at the ultimates in total, it seems like Israel has a bit of an edge in terms of pure stopping power right there. So we'll see who pushes the trigger right now, even though Switzerland is the one in trouble, is the one who needs to make something happen.
Oh, get Seaton.
Trying to push in right there. Knassen gets Sir Gibson in there as Aviv gets, Aviv gets Sir Gibson, and once again, Israel is holding all the cards here. The overtime wick already running. The Blizzard, they're putting in defensive as Awkward just pushes the trigger. And that is that. Israel wins the first map of this series. Well done.
Emphatically as well. Gotta say, Knassen really seems to be the standout player right now. The whole of Israel are playing well together, and you can't not do well if you're not playing well together in this kind of meta. But Knassen, he eats that Blizzard from Sir Gibson. We talk about what a pivotal ult it can be. And to just lose it to the kinetic grasp there of Knassen, huge blow for Switzerland's chances in that fight, and ultimately a huge blow for their chances in the map. And if Switzerland either need to dramatically improve in this mirror matchup, or they need to try and play something else, because if it's more of this for the next 3 maps, it could be trouble.
Oh, definitely. That is true. Now, what surprised me is the impact on Arkwood's Moira. The Covalescence really can push a team back, but getting so many Ks of a Covalescence on a control point without being stopped, now that is something that needs to make you think, I would say.
I think as well, it's just